Hi, my name is James Shepard, and in the last couple of videos we've been talking about it's kind of an introduction to credit card processing, how to sell credit card processing. So in the first video, a little introduction. Second video, I talked about what is merchant services and specifically why does merchant services exist? What does it do? Now in this video, I want to talk about merchant services terms and kind of talk about what is merchant services versus credit card processing or whatever. So there's primarily three terms that you're going to hear used in this industry. The most broad term that encompasses everything is called the payments industry or payments. Payment processing. When you hear those kind of terms, that's what the news reporters will use to talk about our industry. They'll say PayPal has a new product for the payments industry. Apple Pay is a revolution in the payments industry. It's talking about payments, meaning anything having to do with people spending money to pay for stuff is the payments industry. Then we have a term that's a little more narrow that's called credit card processing. Now, credit card processing is the process of taking a transaction from the business and then taking a transaction in a business, moving that transaction all the way to the business owner's bank account. So processing a credit card from you swiping it in the store to that money hitting somebody's bank account, that's called credit card processing, okay? Now, the term we're going to talk about right now, though, is merchant services. So let's go back to our example, and if you haven't watched the video that came right before this, make sure you watch that one on what is merchant services. Let's talk about that a little bit more in depth. So we use the example of a big store that's processing credit cards. Here's one of the things that happened, though. Early on, people take it for granted today that we have all these credit card processing companies and all these credit card machines, but you have to understand at the very beginning, credit card processing was actually really, really complex because, somebody is walking in and let's say you go to Walmart and you swipe your card. Well, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, right? First of all, you have to have something to swipe your card on. There has to be a piece of hardware, okay? So there has to be a piece of hardware for you to swipe your card on. Then that piece of hardware has to have a network with either Visa, MasterCard, Discover, has to have a network that it's reaching out over. That network has to be connected to all these different banks. They have to send back approved or declined, okay? Then that money has to somehow get from approved on the machine over to the merchant's bank account. And even after that, now the merchant or the business owner, now they have to pay fees to all the different issuing banks. So an issuing bank is the bank that issues the card, and so somebody has to pay them their fees, right? Somebody has to pay Visa and MasterCard. So you can quickly see how there's a lot of moving parts here, right? This is really complicated. So small business owners in the very beginning, really there wasn't any way for them to process credit cards. They can't work directly with Visa or MasterCard or directly with these issuing banks because these banks and brands, they don't want to deal with the little tiny business owner that's got $10,000 a month in credit card transactions. They don't want to mess with that. They want to talk to Walmart that does, $5 billion a year in credit cards. So, they don't want to deal directly with small businesses. So that's where the creation of credit card processing companies came into being, and what they provide is they provide merchant services. In other words, a service to merchants or small business owners that allows them to accept credit card. So basically what they do is they provide the equipment, they provide that hardware that they need to swipe the transaction, okay? They make sure that it's connected to the right networks, okay? They take care of billing. So they're the ones paying all the different banks and paying the brands, and they combine all the billing onto one statement for the business owner, okay? They take care of customer service, tech support, all these different things that somebody has to do. That's what credit card processing companies do, is they provide merchant services, and that's what merchant services is. Merchant services is basically just a service that allows small business owners to accept check and credit card and gift cards and electronic check transactions, and it's the service that encompasses all of that and makes sure that it works really, really smoothly. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about commission and start talking about how the compensation actually works. And my name is James Shepard. Have a great day.